Hi friends, welcome to the Shits and Gigs podcast where we keep the vibe high, the humor gets raunchy, and things get spicy when we talk about food. I'm your host Meg Davis and we are here tonight for an episode of Bath Bombz. So I hope you are somewhere where you are relaxed and you are comfortable and you can just chill for however many minutes I blab on for and enjoy hopefully an elevated bath fill experience. I've been following some local artists recently and they kind of have me leaning into getting a little more bold with graphics and stuff. So I'm hoping that I can find a feature when I upload this episode that the bathtub will be lit. So hopefully you're enjoying that. If not, your regularly scheduled bath fill is right here for you to kind of just zone out, tune in, and just listen in and connect. And again, if you ever feel like anything resonates with you, please start interacting in the comments. I would love to connect with you guys and know who's listening. But thanks for tuning in tonight, and I'm excited for tonight's topic. Like I mentioned last week, I'm navigating some crazy times, and I mean, just life in general always pivots, and your self-care kind of needs to pivot depending on what chapter you're in as well. So with being a new mama still, like we're almost 2 years in, he'll be 2 in February. But I feel like these initial stages with that communication barrier, you're always just learning how to pivot and navigate, thriving your day with your toddler and everything. So we still feel like we're new at this and we're kind of just winging it day by day, doing our best. And being a parent, it's so hard to like prioritize yourself because you're literally just consumed with the idea of keeping this human alive all day long. So I've really had to advocate and push myself to incorporate things every single day, to lean into my self-care. And these are a couple ways that I do that. I'm here to share 20 minutes of self-care that could improve your daily routine. And these are a couple things that I've learned to just squeeze in the nooks and crannies. And I feel like it's been really pivotal for my well-being, my mental health and everything. Like I feel like despite the crazy times I'm in right now, I'm handling it pretty fucking well. So snaps for me for 5 seconds, because I am kind of tooting my own horn there. These are crazy times we're living in. This world is crazy. And like I mentioned last week on Bath Bombz, Joe Rogan said it perfectly. It's just, you are here for the ride. You are forever accepting that you are part of this open-ended experience. You just literally never know what's going to come your way, and it's just so crazy. So you just have to learn to appreciate the journey and learn how to just prioritize yourself, because you only have this one body, babe. So you got to take care of it, you got to enjoy it, and you have to just lean into giving a fuck. I mean, people just don't care about their bodies anymore. They're ready to do the first quick fix, and you just have no idea what the outcome is of some of these things, like these pills and these injections that people get and these drastic measures. In some cases, it is necessary because people need that huge adjustment to change the trajectory of their situation. But in most cases, I feel like if people just leaned into giving a fuck and being present for themselves and showing up for themselves on a daily basis, like basic functioning things to just care for your body and its functioning, like eating, cooking your own food. Why aren't we prioritizing making our own food? That's kind of a necessity. We need to eat, and we need to eat well if we want to thrive and have our body function properly. Why are we not prioritizing sleep, a sleep schedule? Our work ethic as Americans is a blessing and a curse. Our country is definitely filled with some of the most motivated individuals and the most brilliant individuals. However, our expectation of work hour per day is unhealthy. Unhealthy. We need to find some balance here, people. So self-care is just so necessary. And even when it feels impossible, I'm hoping that these couple things that I'm going to share with you guys enlighten you on how you can really just show up for yourself in little microdoses throughout your day. It doesn't have to be like a solid 30-minute routine. This is 20 minutes that you can just kind of microdose throughout your day so that you can kind of just give yourself those like little dopamine hits throughout your day and like really feel leveled out. All right, let's dive into it. I was going to take a different intro to this episode, but we're just rolling with it. So first thing that I do on a daily basis is when I first wake up, I get up with my alarm first off. This is like a hard one for a lot of people. And I understand. When we were not sleeping well throughout the night as new parents, I woke up when I woke up because I needed to sleep. So this is something that I've recently been able to prioritize. Luckily, because he's sleeping through the night, finally, he started doing that maybe 3 months ago. That was like such a blessing. So I've been able to prioritize waking up a little earlier and penciling in some time for myself in the morning to do some very basic things for myself, and also just some work hustle in the morning. I found that I am most productive in the morning, so that's a big time for me to get up and get it done before we all wake up for the day. So that's been big for me. But anyways, waking up with my alarm, and the first thing I do is I wash my face. This seems so basic, but you would be shooketh at the amount of people that do not wash their face in the morning. It is like the most basic thing. Even if you're just splashing some water on your face, guys, this is a power move. You feel automatically alert and refreshed the second water touches your face or anything touches your face. For me, I do like a facial refresh, so I kind of have like a routine, and I use my micellar water on like a little cotton pad, and then I do like a toner. And when you moisturize, guys, take the 30 seconds to give yourself a face massage. This is a beautiful act of self-care that I've started working in the last couple months. Not only does it feel amazing, it's a natural mood booster, but your skin is going to look freaking awesome. I am 30, guys, and I am tooting my own horn again. Geez, feeling a little self-conceited tonight. But my wrinkles are for the most part minimal. I feel like my skin is pretty impressive for a 30-year-old. I don't know. Maybe I'm lying and it's just because I take care of my body otherwise, but I think the facial massage has done something for the tightness of my skin on my face. So find yourself a moisturizer you love and that works for your skin. Be mindful of a lot of additives and things of that nature. Parabens is like a big thing when it comes to facial products. And dyes. You don't need any dyes in anything. The least ingredients, the better. But yeah, when you moisturize your face, give yourself like a nice little massage. You can even go on YouTube and look up like a technique if you want to. But you don't need to like really press on your skin, just like a light touch, like gliding across your skin as you're rubbing in your moisturizer. It spreads it out nice and even, and it just feels really nice. And then you just feel so nice and fresh after. And then you can choose whether you want to treat yourself to doing some makeup or whatever feels good to you for like boosting your confidence for the day ahead and just like feeling ready, even if you're still in your pajamas. So that is like that's about like probably 10 minutes of self-care first thing in the morning. And then I clump in another quick 5 minutes in the morning of self-care through stretching and doing some body weight movement. So I've talked a bunch about this on these Bath Bombz episodes. I do some band work for hip and core stabilization, and then I do my 30 push-ups. And I just recently started, actually this week. I'm gonna sound like a total weirdo, guys, but I was doing my stretches, and one of them I'm like just bent over, and like it's very good for just releasing your lower back and everything, but the blood like rushes to your head. So I don't know if that had something to do with it, but I swear to God, my eyes were open and it just looked like I was looking at myself doing the same thing, like being upside down, but my acupressure mat was like under my head. So then I had like the instant thought of doing headstands on my acupressure mat. So Josh walked in and I was like, I just had a vision. Maybe that was dramatic, but I mean, it enlightened me to the point where I now have been doing headstands on my acupressure mat, and I can only imagine it's going to benefit my health. I did Google it. It is safe to do it on there, and I actually needed a more stable base. I was using this pillow that was not great for my neck. So I had actually stopped reincorporating the headstands for quite a bit because I don't know, something about breaking out a yoga mat for me is too much. It's too much effort. I think it might be the rolling back up that gets me. So this I just shove in our TV stand, and it's very convenient for me. I have to put, it was a little weight, or not a little, it was way too intense straight on my scalp. So I put like a thin blanket over it. And I don't have my hands on the mat. I was going to try it because I felt like the benefits of doing acupressure on your hands would be very good. However, it was way too intense. So I put my acupressure mat like, vertically. So like my hands can rest appropriately on the sides. And then I'm doing the portion of the headstand right now where like your knees are resting on your elbows. I don't know what that is called, but I do that for 1 minute and I just really focus on some breath work. And yeah, so far so good. I'm really enjoying incorporating this little add into my morning routine. So that's 15 minutes for me right off the bat in the morning. And this has been so pivotal for my mental health heading into the day. I feel very relaxed, and it is just a great way to get going if that sounds appealing to you. And then my last 5 minutes of self-care for the day really depends. It kind of like flip-flops. Typically, maybe I think I'm averaging, honestly, 25 minutes because I usually always can squeeze in being unplugged outside for 5 minutes. That's been a big priority for me. Being outside is very energizing. I've also read a lot of articles recently of the benefits of not wearing sunglasses outside while it's sunny. So I would have to research like the specific benefits, but I've been hearing it's good for you. So I do no sunnies outside for like 5 minutes a day. I mean, we practically live outside. My tan is thriving this season because my son could live outside if we let him. But I've been trying to do no sunglasses if it's doable outside, at least for 5 minutes a day. So last 5 minutes depends on the day again, but 5 minutes being outside, unplugged, no phone, is one way I show myself self-care on top of the morning stuff. And then if it's an everything shower night, ladies, you know what I'm talking about. You're shaving head to toe, you're washing your hair for the first or second time this week, it's your refresh shower. And what I've started doing is very simple. I shampoo like I typically do, and while I'm doing this, I'm giving myself a scalp massage. Guys, this is so easy and it's so rewarding for your brain and just your overall health. Actually, I looked up scalp massage benefits. So it's an instant mood boost. It also promotes hair growth. So my people over 30, if you're noticing some thinning out, or even new mamas, you experience that hair loss around like that 3-month postpartum mark. I like lost it all in the front of like my crown kind of. So this also promotes hair growth. So that could be really great if you're experiencing hair loss for any reason. And then it also promotes, I was so excited when I read this one because I've been trying to think of a way to describe what this is. Healthy bonding. So for me, when I talk about this in my Bath Bombz episodes, I often am trying to enlighten ways on how I've really become comfortable in my own skin and have learned to like love every like bump and like nook and cranny. And I think that's what this is. Healthy bonding with self is something a scalp massage also benefits because it's like a really intimate moment with yourself. You're like really just taking a moment for yourself to just like pour into your cup. Like it's just, you're literally massaging yourself. Like for your partner, that's like a very high act of self-care if that's what they're into, like taking the time to be really present and like work those hands into whether it be yourself or your partner or whatever. That's a very intimate experience. So it promotes that healthy bonding with self. Another way I do this in the shower is during this everything shower, I break out the body scrub. Using a body scrub is not only fantastic for your skin and for exfoliation, it's also great for preventing ingrown hairs. But it, again, promotes that healthy bonding with self. It forces you to like make contact with like every inch of your body. And it like allows you to really get comfortable with the nooks and crannies, the bumps, the curves, and all of that. And everyone deserves to feel like present and aware of their body. And I think sometimes when you maybe are in a place where you're really potentially overweight and uncomfortable and you just feel like a stranger in your own skin, you kind of avoid that contact at all costs. So like you don't really look at mirrors as you walk by, or you get in and out of the shower as quickly as possible if it's like really uncomfortable. So like taking your time in the shower and like breaking out a body scrub or doing something where you're like really present to your body, taking a bath, doing that for 5 minutes has been pivotal for like feeling really great in my skin. So I think this could be a beautiful way that you show yourself some love in the shower. And something else I've been incorporating, so I don't care how earthy crunchy I get, I just cannot get behind the whole ice bath thing. I just cannot sign up voluntarily for shivering for 2 minutes. Shivering is like one of the things I despise the most in this life. It's so uncomfortable for me. I just don't like shivering. So although this is true, I despise shivering, I have looked into the ice plunge and things, and I've had some clients incorporate it, so I am aware of the benefits. And they are really great benefits. So what I started doing is rinsing, doing like a cold rinse, and just to the point where I have like goosebumps. I'm not shivering because, again, I don't like that, but it like still takes my breath away. Like I have to focus on my breath work and like be present for myself in that probably like 2 to 5 minute span. I don't know how long it takes for me to rinse off. It depends on if I wash my hair or not. You know how it be. But that's something that I've been incorporating, and I do feel a boost of alertness afterwards, and my muscle recovery is like a little less sore. I mean, I've only been committed to it for about a week, so I feel like I really can't kind of put a testament to muscle soreness just yet, but definitely feels great on my muscles as it's happening. So a cold rinse. So yeah, just to recap, easy 20 minutes a day. Wake up, wash your face, drink a tall glass of water. I didn't even think I mentioned the glass of water earlier, but yes, tall glass of water. Great for combating the effects of dehydration, because we often wake up in a dehydrated state. So big one right there. That's 10 minutes of your morning. And then I work in 5 minutes of stretching or body weight movements at some point in my day, typically also in the morning. And then that last 5 minutes for me, again, kind of depends on the day, but I often prioritize no sunnies outside for 5 minutes and being unplugged also. And then when I'm doing my everything shower or washing my hair in general, I do a nice scalp massage, or I often break out the body scrub so I can just give myself that nice, intimate act of self-care a few times a week. All right, guys, I think that's my wellness tips for the day. I did want to mention too, I'm super fired up today because Nacho Average Prep August recipe dropped this morning, and I'm like genuinely so excited to share these recipes with my members because they were so litty. My husband and I really enjoyed all of these choices this month. Every single recipe that I upload onto the Nacho Average Prep platform, which is available on the Patreon app, is tried and true. We try everything at home first before it makes it into the recipe collections, so definitely check that out. I'm going to shout out all the recipes in case it excites you. So for breakfast this month, we had a high-protein chocolate zucchini bread drop and a sweet and spicy avocado toast. Man, this avocado toast combo literally had me in a chokehold all month long. I had it almost every single day. So definitely 10 out of 10 recommend that one. Then for lunch, we had the walking taco and Nacho Average chef salad, both bombski. They are lower carb also, if that's something you're trying to be mindful of. But if you are trying to fill in a carb gap, you definitely want to be mindful if you incorporate one of these so you can get those carbs in throughout the rest of your day. But the walking taco, 10 out of 10, like fire recipe for on the go and just super easy to prep and eat. Dinner, we had zucchini skins and high protein chicken Caesar waffles. Both, again, fire recipes. Super excited about how both of these came out. They were both a little like risky, and I was kind of like pivoting some like leveling up my, I don't know, chefdom. Let's call it chefdom. Yeah. Chefdom in the kitchen with the zucchinis. Something to be mindful of is that they are very like wet. Not to be raunchy about it, but whenever you're working with zucchini, I often, if you're cutting into it, I will sprinkle some salt and leave a paper towel on there for about 15 minutes just to absorb some of that moisture. But for this, the moisture like also was very cohesive because it made it so when the chicken was baking, because it was pre-cooked rotisserie chicken, it made it nice and juicy. So super yummy recipe. Both of those, the zucchini skins and the chicken Caesar waffle, is just next level. You gotta see it. At least click into Not to Average Prep on Patreon this month to look at the chicken Caesar waffle thing, because man, I had second thoughts on this one and we made it work, and I'm so proud of the hubs and I. Last night we were doing it last minute before the recipe launch and we crushed it. It came out awesome and I'm so excited for the members to try it out. Then we have the Fuel Your Inner Foodie recipes that we dropped. You guys, I could not help myself with this name. Enchilada cream pie. So good. So easy. So much flavor. It's a layered experience. I can't wait again for feedback on that one. And then we got real fancy with some steak and rice noodle bowl. Oh my gosh, sorry. My throat just got so dry. Steak and rice noodle bowls. This one is very basic to cook and execute, but you feel like so fancy because we fooled around with some ribbon vegetables. Yes, you're going to make ribbons with vegetables. So fun. So these recipes may take like a little more time and effort to make. However, my goal for these is to inspire you to like really lean into becoming a boss in your own kitchen and like learning different fun techniques and just creating a dish that looks and feels complicated potentially, but in the grand scheme of things, it's so doable and you're totally going to crush it. So definitely recommend, if you become a member, to check out the Fuel Your Inner Foodie recipes, because those are just so fun and great for at-home date nights if that's something you're into. And then we had a bonus recipe drop. I have a handhelds collection in the Not to Average Prep platform. And these are sandwiches. Originally, I was going to drop new sandwiches every month, but I'm like, man, I can only think of so many sandwiches. So this is just going to be a fun drop whenever I become inspired and think up a new handheld option that's super easy and delicious. This month, I dropped salmon sushi burgers. So freaking good. It takes like maybe 10 minutes to make total. So great for these hot summer days and nights. So definitely check out the salmon burger recipe if you're into sushi or anything salmon. And last things that dropped were an enhanced snacky guide. Every single month, members get a new snacky guide. I enhanced it this month by incorporating like the regular snack list portion on the top of the page is non-refrigerated brand recommendations. So great for travel and just having like easy on the go stuff. And then on the bottom you have the 4 like new snack inspiration. These are kind of like combinations of foods that are super simple to either prep or make on the daily for a yummy balanced snack. So again, super fired up for all of these recipes. I really hope you guys take the time to check it out, because everyone deserves to eat interesting and delicious food every single day. You deserve to look forward to what you're eating every single day. Healthy living does not have to be bland and boring. And just a fair warning, we keep things raunchy. Like I announced in the podcast, things get raunchy when we talk about food. And I am definitely not holding back on that creative aspect when I'm coming up with recipe cards and stuff. So if you're looking for a way to feel smutty about food, this is the place for you, Not to Average Prep on Patreon. If you're interested in leaning into the recipe inspiration, the $19.99 Discover Your Inner Foodie membership is the most popular option right now. This essentially is unlimited access to all of the wellness guides the snacky guides, and every single recipe that has ever been dropped and will be dropped. Over 100 recipes already in the system and the collections. So definitely check us out. And let's wrap this baby up. It's a long one today, I think. Thank you for listening in. If you're still hanging on at the end here for our wellness mocktail, I'm actually not going to share I technically am, I guess, going to share a recipe, but I'm highlighting our lit tea kits tonight because with beach days and being on the go in the summer, it is like so crucial that you have some type of energy boost on the go, and these kits are it. Our lit teas at Elevated Nutrition. Come check us out if you want to try one in person, 34 Newsneck Hill Road in West Greenwich, Rhode Island, if you're local. And the lit teas are one of our top sellers because they are a healthy, convenient way to get an energy boost that does not have trash in it. So we have herbal tea concentrate. They often have the aloe concentrate as well, which is great for your digestion. And then the Liftoff is a great vitamin and energy boost on top of the tea. And the drink mixes that we use are all boosted with vitamin C. So every lit tea, whether it be boosted with the tea or the collagen, is super beneficial for your well-being and your energy and mental clarity and focus. So these little kits are fire for getting that on the go. And our most popular flavors that we typically sell are the Nerdz tea. So this is a lemon lime liftoff, lemon tea concentrate, Mandarin aloe concentrate, and then the blue blast and watermelon drink mixes. And then our probably second favorite is the Swedish Fishes. So this is a palm liftoff with the strawberry lemonade collagen booster, and then the rainbow candy and strawberry drink mixes. Top two flavors. DM us for pricing either on the Elevated Nutrition _WG page, or you can DM me for pricing on the lit tea kits on my personal page at megdavis.healthcoach on Instagram. Thanks, friends, for tuning in tonight. I hope you are able to lean into some of these habits and they positively impact your well-being and your day-to-day. Thanks for listening. As always, toodles.